Richard Norton, welcome to Digital Farm TV. Well, you've been in the job for a month. How's it going?
It's certainly fantastic. It's a different career path to what I've had previously. Coming from the rural sectors side, rural sectors and service side of agriculture to this industry, but the fundamental thing that hasn't changed is the interaction with producers of red meat in both sectors. So it's fantastic.
Very good. I'm sure you've hit the ground running. It's been hectic because you've probably got a steep learning curve in terms of the challenges in the industry. What have you been doing to get your feet on the ground and to build up your knowledge bank?
I've been engaging with a lot of stakeholders in the industry, from government to state-funded organisations like AgForce and New South Wales Farmers. I've been in front of universities and all the different stakeholders to try and get an understanding of it. But as you may know, that the board of MLA requested that I do an efficiency and effectiveness review of MLA, particularly closing out the systems review around research and development, and look at better ways that MLA can service our levy payers.
So it's early days in that review, obviously. Do you have a sense that MLA is in need of cultural change in any way?
I think as an MD coming in an organisation week 4, you have the opportunity to stand back and look at the culture. I would like to take the culture to being completely focused on levy payers, because I see that's the role of MLA. Now, it's not up to me to comment on whether MLA has ever had scope creep around what it's done in the past, but certainly I see the role of MLA completely focused on levy payers, and that's the sort of culture that I'd like to introduce to MLA going forward.
Very good. People will be very happy to hear that. Challenges ahead in the cattle, sheep and goat markets. Well, obviously still early days for you, but what have you identified, and what are stakeholders telling you about challenges?
Well, the key challenge, certainly in the beef sector, is farm gate price. Now, in 2013, there was just under 1 million more cattle slaughtered in Australia than there were in 2012. That's because of the continued drying conditions in Queensland, and those conditions haven't eased at all from Queensland to northern New South Wales. So we're on track to do another 1 million again this year, above our normal slaughter rates. That's having an enormous impact on the amount of cattle and processing plants and their ability to have livestock go through those plants. Most plants in Queensland are booked out 4 to 6 weeks in advance. Having said that, because of the global demand for red meat, particularly the US and the US grinding market, the US is up nearly, I think the latest stats I saw is nearly up 100% on what it was this time last year. That's helping farm gate price, but farm gate prices are still extremely depressed. MLA's role within farm gate price as a research and development company and a marketing company is to ensure that we open up new markets for red meat, ensure that there's market access, and market access is continually addressed, because it's not only around tariffs in these markets, it's around some of the other issues that these markets face of getting Australian red meat product into there, and then the marketing and making sure that as an exporter of red meat, that 65 to 70% of our product goes to the export market, particularly in beef, that these markets have an understanding of the product and the quality of product coming out of Australia. And markets are different, but in our more established market, it is continuously around food safety and food traceability are the #1 issues. So in the beef sector, farm gate price is certainly the most challenging part. In the lamb sector and mutton sector, they're obviously enjoying prices that are much better. But the same token, MLA's role within the lamb sector is to do the same thing: market access, promoting the product both domestically. Domestically in lamb, the domestic market is the largest market by value, but we are still an export-bound nation. That keeps the benchmark of what is payable by the domestic consumer in lamb. So strong export demand for lamb again, and in certainly the goat sector, it's around exports and the global demand for goat out of Australia, because it's a clean, green, product is certainly very strong and has continued to grow, as you may have seen in many media, that the goat market, and particularly the growth of the goat market in Australia, is continuing to be quite strong.
Does it surprise you, as it does me, that Australians don't eat more goat? It's not a bad meat, you know. The Kiwis love it.
Yeah, well, nothing surprises me about Australians, but look, I mean, it's as a multicultural society, I'm sure domestically, as we grow as a nation, there will be more goat consumed. But at the moment, the export demand's making it hard to get goat back on the domestic market. Very
good point. Opportunities ahead then in cattle, sheep and goats for the future, the immediate future?
Well, certainly MLA's role around R&D is to certainly address productivity. Productivity both in pastures, and we've got a perennial legume coming out probably that's in its very early stages, but as a perennial legume, it's obviously grows over the summer months, and it's hopefully a product similar to lucerne, but will outperform lucerne in some of the more Mediterranean type climates in Australia. In breed plan is continuously evolving. Breed plan in the southern part of Australia is now something that's adopted and is quite the norm, but in the northern part of Australia there's a lot more we can do with breed plan to increase productivity, particularly in the beef herd. There's, as you would appreciate, MLA in the processing sector, MLA does a lot of the research and development for the processing sector. Grass-fed levies, sheep levies, grass-fed cattle levies and sheep and goat levies don't go into that sector, but for processors to access matching funds, they've got to come through MLA, and that's enabled MLA to do things like objective carcass measurements and try and address some of the labour inefficiencies that are in our processing sector. There's lots happening there.